There's a girl that knows the sun just shines where she goes. How God banned, so we changed the game plan. Make them surrender, oh, with Ray and Rose. Where we go, I don't know. Let's have some fun. Hi everybody, officially monetized Kevin here. We're back with more gameplay, of course. And if you saw the title of this video, we were going to playing against a lot of DESPIA. This is a hard matchup, very hard matchup, because they can grind harder than you and any girl on a Friday night at the club, right? So probably by the time this video comes up, it's past Friday, and you know, maybe they get tired or something. Anyways, before we start, obviously leave a like, comments, blah blah blah. And also, if you want to be a member, whatever you want to say, only costs $1 a month, right? If you want to help me fund my Ray Dojin commissions. Anyways, shilling aside, let's get into the gameplay real quick. We drew Ghost Belly, we drew Cyclone, we drew Hornet Drone, one Little Anchor, and then one Shark Cannon. All right, we lost Dyro because we always do. We'll walk through it. Oh, they just passed turn. They think that we're playing Numerons or something stupid, right? So we draw Ash Blossom, thank you. So of course you have to play into Maxi, but then at the same time we have Ash, so it's fine. We have to waste it. Obviously at the time, I don't know we're playing against branded whatever, but it looks like they have 60 cards. So we're going to send Ray. Remember, no Ray, no play. So I'd always say I'm not a rapper. We go into Blue Ray. And so they just pass turn immediately. I think, okay, maybe they're not Despia or whatever, right? Maybe Zombie World Eldritch. Hopefully, they don't just Raigeki us or Lightning Storm us or whatever you want to say, right? So I choose only to set one. And plus the Kami Cyclone, you know, it's useful for, I guess, if they choose to set their brand diffusion if they're dumb or something like that, right? We don't need to get blown out by Harpy's Feather Duster or that. And plus, Shark Cannon is kind of low-key useless because if Despian Tragedy, which is, I think, the most annoying card in Despia, right? If that gets banished, they get free effects and reset and stuff, so we don't want to do that. We'll just hold on to Ash, attempt to search. We do search engage, so that means they probably don't have an Ash in hand. Or maybe a handy. So we know it's not Baylor, not Ash, not Imperm. They're going to brand diffusion. We're going to chain Ash Blossom, of course. That's the target you hit. It's gonna resolve perfectly, right? So they just play grass anyway, so it doesn't matter. And we look, those are pretty good. They got Tragedy, the one they wanted. They got Beast, and they have a Dragon too to pop our Cosmic Cyclone. So remember, since they chain block, we can't do anything with Ghost Spell. Well, we can't do anything with Ghost Spell anyways, but it might come in clutch if they decide to search Branded Red. Right, so they search for a Luber. They summon a Luber. A Luber is going to search for Branded Red. That's why Ghost Spell is clutch. Enter battle. Here's another huge mistake for people who don't know Striker. Don't bop the Blu-ray unless you know you can get rid of it, right? So let's say they have call by, but if they had the call by, they probably would have hit us on the Ash, maybe, right? So immediately I'm starting to think, okay, maybe they're trying to do something dumb and like Super Poly, maybe for some reason. Right, so Ray's gonna come out. We have to do that. I'm gonna change Super Poly. That's being very greedy. I'm gonna send Ariel. I believe they did it because here's more Yu-Gi-Oh's a children's card game, by the way. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, that's the effect. It's technically not sent by a card effect. It was discarded, right? So you don't get to banish 3 cards in the graveyard. So I'm assuming they wanted to banish Ray, like, you know, both my spells, and then I basically have nothing. But maybe they forgot or didn't realize that this is not a card effect, it's cost, you know, discard. It's like Dark World, unless it specifically says like card effect or discard, is like, you know, it doesn't count. So it says card effect, it's technically not a card effect. I know, Yu-Gi-Oh is a children's card game. It's cost, so it doesn't go through. So we know that's Branded Red. 3 mystery cards. Right, we just have to deal with a single Starving Venom. We're gonna search and guide. Let's see if they actually do the Ash. Remember, they didn't, so I choose to search for Afterburners to get rid of the Branded Opening. Remember, things you have to store up a card effect, that you can just banish it. Maybe it'll come up clutch later. I know I could set up multi-roll and all that jazz, which we'll probably do, but at the same time, remember, we get Bailey, we get Ash, we're probably screwed. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna attempt to bait out the Branded Red. I guess they didn't realize that it had a Branded Opening. They forgot. So remember, you can Ghost Spell it, and since it doesn't resolve, it's gonna fizzle out. You can also play DD Crow. I choose to play Ghost Spell for the moment, just in case we're called by. Right, so that's gonna say no. Afterburners doesn't pop, so we're gonna summon Ray. They're gonna change Snow by banishing 7. I'm very surprised a little bit that they did not banish Despian Tragedy to reset their, I guess, branded red or something like that, right? Or branded opening even, or branded fusion, which is, I'm a little bit surprised. Maybe they did that for their turn, but they're gonna chain that to Ray. Of course, we can dodge it. We can always dodge it. I don't know why they preemptively shotgun that, and plus we can take care of it anyways with Widow Anchor, right? So we're going to Red Ray, attempt to add back Gag, and that goes through. So that means they probably don't have Veiler. We're gonna Engag one more time. We're gonna set up multi-roll now because it looks like we're playing around a lot of things. We do Super Poly too. That's pretty good. We're gonna activate multi-roll now. We're gonna activate Widow Anchor to steal their Starving Venom. We're gonna choose to attack. Now, they have 20 cards, right? They could chain Fairy Tale Snow again because Fairy Tale Snow is not a once per turn effect, right? So they could banish these 7, do it again. I guess flip my Starving Venom fusion or theirs, right? And then maybe I'm screwed because I then can't activate my strike cards. But remember, we search multi-roll. Multi-roll can just send this off and we'll be fine anyways, right? So we attack for 2k, do some damage, it's fine. We're gonna use multi-roll's effect, so now they can't respond to anything, and at that point we can just banish their Fairy Tale Snow because they can't respond to anything, right? So now we're gonna do this. They're gonna chain Veiler for some reason, which I guess they should have just chained Veiler to Red Ray. I don't know why they held on to it the entire time. Very confusing, right? Maybe they're tilted, who knows? Always hit Red Ray, right? It's better to hit Red Ray. So we banish their Snow. We can reset Widow Anchor. We can also reset, I guess, Shark Cannon, so we can both chain to anything that's stupid. Like, for example, Brandon Red again, right? So we could do that. Remember, if you have the option to, don't set your Engage or anything that's not chainable. Because remember, more than likely, you're probably going to activate your quick effects and then reset anyways, right? So that's the thing you keep in mind if you're playing Striker. Now, of course, we die to like Harpy's Feather Duster and stuff, but they're playing like a 60 card deck, so you know, I'm willing to bet they don't have it. So they're going to activate Branded Fusion, sure. They send Cypher Game Gamma and fall on Albus. So we're going to chain Albion effect. We're obviously going to negate that. Now, also, hey Kevin, why didn't you just put a card in there? You can just super poly them and they're GG, probably no re, right? We want to say super poly just in case for our turn, right? And if they somehow have double monster, we can just super poly them anyways and then go for game, right? We don't need to do it on their turn. We have one Widow Steel and I think that's enough. Considering they have, like, you know, we know it's Branded Red, 2 mystery cards. Could be Cypher Game Gamma, who knows? Right, we're going to reset our Engage now so we can search Afterburners or whatever we need to do. So we're going to draw a card. Drew Lightning Storm, completely useless. We're going to chain Branded Red. Of course, Shark Cannon comes in clutch. We can banish their Fallen Albus since there's no longer a viable target. It fizzles out. Yu-Gi-Oh's a chosen card game, by the way. That means we got nothing. And now we have basically game. We can just search. Well, we can do this to play around Ash, right? Just in case. So Widow Anchor is going to search for Widow. Well, Engage search for Widow Anchor Steal, and that's probably game. We drew another Lightning Storm, hilarious. And he just quit. Alright, cool. We'll go on to the next thing I have in store. Alright? Alright. Hi everybody, and we're back. This time, since I talked about Despia, what comes before the letter D? A, B, C. Ah ha ha. Alright. Feels bad for them. This is actually their rank down match. Or, you know, if they lose, they rank down. But anyways, let's see what happens. Spoiler alert. One of us loses. Hahaha. Anyways, Veiler, right? Maximum Cup, 1 Engage, 1 Lightning Storm. Of course, we always lose that roll, so it doesn't matter. Here we go. Union Hang, you can add a free light. Remember, this was like at 2 or 1, I don't remember. They're going to summon Crush Wyvern effect. So Union Hanger, or actually Union Hanger effect. Excuse me, Union Driver, so you can be Buster Drake, meaning they probably have A somewhere. I'm going to chain Max C. And then they're going to say no! Call bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, right? Call bye. Says no. So it feels bad. Right? Nothing you can do about it except get good and open Ghost Spell. Right? So they're gonna summon B-Buster Break, right? Then go to Union Carrier, remember? Union Carrier. It says those things are sent to grave. Right? They can add a Yu-Gi-Oh monster from the deck to their hand. So they can add A and they can add the other one, right? So we know they have A. We're gonna summon A. Union Carry effect. We're gonna chain Veiler. And they have Cross Out. So we have to chain another Veiler. That's gonna go through, luckily. And then let's check if they have another call by. Looks like they don't. Man, right? Konami was really trying to give him a chance. Or give them a chance. Right? Union Carry says no. But anyways, doesn't matter. They already have 3 on field or graveyard, so they can get good old ABC Dragon Buster. When this came out, that was bananas. I remember that. Kaiba was on the, I think, the cover of the structure deck. Anyways, would you Prankertoss, would you engage, would you Lightning Storm? Let's do engage, let's see if they Ash. We don't, we obviously add Ray, so we can play. Right, now we Lightning Storm. So now, since they have more monsters, remember that this isn't like not a chainable effect, just summon it, right? Semicolon is no semicolons or whatever, you just summon it. Free. Right, we go Ray, Winter Battle. Why didn't you go into Green Ray or something like that, Kevin? Well, remember that ABC Dragon Buster can basically quick effect banish one of these cards, right? It does have to target, which means we can potentially dodge it with either one of these. So say for example they decide to target Ray, we just chain that, go into Blue Ray or sorry, Green Ray, attack this and Zeke, and then negate that effect anyways, right? And then all that fun stuff. We can do a lot of things actually, or we can say they target this, we just chain that, target that. That's gonna force out them either to tribute it or just take it, right? So, but then if that goes through, that means we go into you know, Green Ray, attack this, send Zeke. Zeke's gonna come back because we got something in extra monster zone, right? And then I guess negate one of the effects, doesn't matter. Go into Zeke. Anyways, banish one of their ABC so they can't make another ABC, right? A lot of things to talk about. I know I spoke very fast, but when you play Striker, as long as I have, you'll start like calculating like basically every line you can possibly do, right? But at the same time, it's also simplified board state, so I choose to go for that instead. I know, Kevin, you could have gone for that instead, but I doubt. At that point, I was like, okay, they're probably not being dumb, and like they're not choosing not to take the bait for either one of them, so that's fine. We're now going to force it out. Remember, it's better to play proactively than reactively, right? Especially when it's your turn. So you're going to tribute to banish Ray, because why not? We're going to chain that because Buster Drake is sent to field. Well, it doesn't get the effect because it was sent for field. They're going to chain Buster Drake anyways, or ABC Dragon Buster, re-summon all 3 of their banished ABCs. Right. Remember, ABC Dragon Buster is at 2 in Master Duel. We're going to summon Red Ray so we can dodge Veiler, if it is Veiler. So we can have back our Ngag. Right? So now what do you do? What do you do? We only have 1 spell engraved, so that means our Werwanker we can't steal. So that means they're going to summon ABC Dragon Buster in their turn. They're going to discard a card, pitch this, banish Red Ray, and just attack over it, right? Sure, we can summon Yellow Ray for another turn, but that's only going to buy us so much time, right? So it's better, again, to be proactive than reactive. So I decided to do this. What do you search, right? Search for this. Why did you do that, Kevin? Why do you do that? Remember, they can still summon ABC so long as it's field, cards you control, so like, you know, the field or graveyard. So even if we destroy with afterburners, doesn't matter, right? So it's better to just summon a Hornet Drone, so then we can go into Zeke, right? Now again, very big decision time, right? Very big decision time. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck and, like, you know, intuition. So they already have B in graveyard, right? They had B, so obviously you don't banish another B, so because it doesn't do anything. So your choice is either C or A, right? If I remember correctly, we still don't know what this card could be, unless I'm dumb and didn't follow, right? But if I did, you're basically a 50-50 shot anyways, right? So you banish A, you banish C. Well, C has 2,000 defense point 1,200. They can't technically beat over our Zeke or, you know, Blue Ray that we're gonna end up on. This one's 19, that could technically beat over Blue Ray, so I decided to banish A. Right? Don't banish that. So now we go into Blue Ray. They can't beat over this, right? So at least we have a body to last an additional turn, and plus this is our insurance policy just in case, right? We choose to banish to search for Shark Cannon, so we banish their other Buster Drakes just in case, right? Just in case they somehow have more stuff or whatever, they can just banish whatever card they have to just summon ABC. Now granted, they still need to have A regardless to get their effect, but hey, you know, you don't want things in graveyard, so that's fine. So we're gonna banish that one. Remember, there's no way for them to resummon this, so it's fine. Unless, I guess, Monster Reborn. So now they go into Daigos the Emerald and summon A, so I guess we made the wrong choice. Doesn't matter. Go Ice Cream Arena. Now you're probably wondering, why did it summon this to begin with? Because remember, if you don't remember, during Zodiac format, right? This was played back in the day, and I believe it got banned for that because you can just recycle all your Zodiacs. Its effect is that you can target 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 into the deck, and then draw 1 card, right? So, remember before that they had basically just Union Carrier and ABC Dragon Buster. Remember that to activate a monster's effect, it needs to be able to resolve. You can't just detach it as like, you know, cost or whatever, and that would therefore make it possible for you to resolve the effect. That's not how it works, you know what I mean? You need to be able to resolve the effect first and then pay the cost. Otherwise, you can't activate the card. So they basically just wasted the Daigusto Emerald, which I guess to them maybe is worth it, right? So that's very important. Yu-Gi-Oh is a chosen card game, by the way. So their Assault Core comes back. They have a random link too. We drew a call by. We're gonna go into Green Ray to force it out. If they choose to go into Unicorn, we can just, you know, resummon Ray anyways. Doesn't matter. We know in their hand, I believe it's like a ABC card, which is I believe a Crushed Wyvern, like a C, right? So when we chain call back to the Assault Core. So again, they're still missing. They have A, B, but they still need C, which is in their hand, I believe. They're gonna negate that effect, which I believe is a huge misplay, because I could have wasted. I mean, they could have just saved it, right, for my Blu-ray or something. Because I was gonna do this regardless. We were gonna attack it regardless, because we don't want bodies on board. You never know what might happen, right? So Ray is gonna tag out. We go into Blu-ray. Blu-ray is just enough to beat over 400. Now they're down to 1 card, which we know is Crushed Wyvern, if I remember correctly. So we search. Now we're okay to search, right? Now we have Widow Anchor to steal whatever they made. So let's see if it is Crushed Wyvern. It should be. Union Hanger's gonna add B Buster Drake. They're gonna summon Crushed Wyvern. There it is. They're gonna banish that in the field to make ABC Dragon Buster. They have a free banish. We know that's B Buster Drake. They're gonna attack. Our Ray's gonna come out because of the floating effect. Now here's another hot thing, right? Don't tribute the Ray, because if you tribute the Ray, they're waiting for us to basically go into Blu-ray, banish it, and then we can't get our retribute effect, right? So that's fine. We don't need to search for another turn. We got this to get rid of that, maybe, depending on what we draw. We do call back. It's pretty good too. So now it's opportunity time to force it out, right? Remember, we want to get rid of this, not just temporarily, like, you know, make a tribute and do all that fun stuff again. So here we go. We're gonna enter battle. We're gonna keep attacking them, put pressure on them. They're gonna either do it or don't, right? Send Rosie O'Donnell. Why? Just in case extra monster. No, you never know. I'm gonna kind of, but it's not gonna probably matter because they're gonna tribute it. But we're just trying to bait it out, right? You never know. Maybe they're stupid. They're going to Blu-ray. Now it's when to do it. You chain that. Now we chain call by. Why? Because they have it in the graveyard. Remember? Because they would have shuffled it back from Daigusto Emerald. One mistake, right? One mistake has caused all of this to snowball out of control. Incredible, right? And then remember, this is a hot take, right? I really feel I should ban call by. I know people argue about Maxi or be banned or whatever. This card should be banned. This is like so stupid. So now I guess negate it too. They tribute it to, I guess, get their bodies on board, which is fine. Personally, I wouldn't have done it, but you know, because you still got a 3k body. I need to go try to beat over it somehow, and I can't steal it anyways with Widow Anchor. But I guess maybe they thought it was trying to, you know, might as well just put bodies or on their turn link summon something. I don't know. Right? We have a free set. We're gonna search for afterburners, pop stuff. Pass turn to them. Now is what I call they have empty advantage, right? So immediately in standby, draw phase, standby phase, whatever, you should probably steal one of these just in case, you know, something stupid happens, right? You never know. I know ABC Dragon Buster is at 2, but you never know. You never know. So it's good to steal at least one of these things. They already have B Buster Drake in graveyard. You don't need to steal B. So you steal either A or I guess C. Probably A because they already have this in their, you know, spell and trap card zone. So you probably should steal A, which we do. Now we're gonna force them to, you know, do stuff. Into battle, we're gonna attack A. At this point, we got one other Union monster from grave. They're gonna head back B Buster Drake. Main phase 4 or main phase 2, sorry. Of course, we draw Ray. Now they have a bunch of stuff, right? Don't activate your afterburners. Remember, they can just tribute this to destroy it. We want to pop Union Carrier too. So we're going to go on Blu-ray attack. Main phase DOS. I'm going to destroy that. Destroy that. And now, hey, remember, we want them to have no cards. At this point, in my opinion, them doing that summon foreplay and all this stuff like that, foreplay, it means to me that they're probably out of gas, that they don't really have the win condition anymore, which is ABC Dragon Buster, right? And plus, we don't have any Blu-rays left to begin with. I'm willing to go into Zeke to banish this for a turn and then deal from there from top decks. Who knows? Right, we're going to Zeke. We get rid of both cards for one. Goodbye, goodbye. We still have a Blu-ray. I mean, a green ray to just keep attacking and putting pressure. Remember, they're down to nothing, so we're gonna set one. We're gonna draw a card. We drew Widow Anchor. Kevin, why did you steal it? Because remember, 15 plus 15 equals 3k, and then remember, we have one last green ray, one direct attack. It's gonna be probably Gav, so you can summon all the monsters they want. We're gonna have green ray for out next turn, no matter what. All right, so it's good to be aggressive right now. Put pressure on them. Right, don't play defensively with that. We have them literally on the ropes, so he's gonna attempt to send to the grave, sure. And since they did not add a Union monster, again, it means to me they're out of gas. No more Union monsters in deck, right? So they're down at 500. They lose next turn. We're gonna Dark Rule no more me, sure. Set one. We're gonna draw a card. Thank you, neighbor. We drew Imperm. Now it's probably Imperm. If it's called by the Haunted or whatever, remember, summon your green ray just to make sure. They can summon a monster, doesn't matter. Attack directly, we win. So don't be underestimating, you know, something. So they can get it, sure, doesn't matter. They attack directly, they lose. I know that was a long video, but like, it was a very intense match in real life, right? Because again, they hit us with call by, they hit us with cross out. It took one wrong move to the guy stole Emerald, right? That basically ruined, I guess, the entire duel for them. It snowballed out of control. If they chose not to make that Ghost Emerald and just like waited another turn or so, I think they probably would have won in the end. But again, right, when you play Striker, every card matters, right? Number one, every card matters. Every decision you make matters, and you gotta low-key think like 2 or 3 steps ahead just in case, right? Sometimes you gotta risk for the biscuit, as you can see. Banishing A or banishing B earlier, right? Maybe it didn't matter because they had A anyways, but sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit. You gotta risk it for the biscuit, especially with Striker. It's kind of like a rogue tier deck. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. Please leave a like, comment, sub, all that fun stuff, right? If you want to join, it costs only $1. You'll get access to early videos and all that fun stuff like that. If you choose not to, that's fine too, whatever. Thank you for everyone who is a member, by the way. Again, all right, thank you, see you, bye-bye. This is my outro song for free YouTube monies. Give me some likes and sub for me, please.